Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hey, E3D Canada. Hey, DJ Natty. Hey, Colin. Hey, Michael. Hey, Dr. Dave's Workshop. Hi, Paul. Arizona Cowboy One and Stephen Mikado. Hey, TC's Garden. Hey, Mr. Clown. Hey, Derek. Hey, Dark Neutrino. How's everyone doing? Charlie jumped up here early. He was waiting. He jumped up here all on his own and was waiting for, I've trained him to get pets. Lots of pets on Sunday mornings. Hey, Philip. Hey, Christian. Hey, Peacemaker. Oh, what did I lose? Hey, Troy. Hey, Kelvin. Hey, Andres. So today we're going to get back to the Voron kit build. Hey, Eclipse. Hey, Brian and Stuart. Steve Clark. Having a good Sunday. Trying to get ready for Earth. All the last minute preps, all the last minute builds. I'm taking a V0 and I'm taking the Death Racer. So, hey, John. You know, get the pets out of the way. Let Charlie explore the printer. Yeah, so this is made some big progress yesterday on getting my Death Racer ready. It runs, the arms move, the bludger moves. I can't turn it on right now because I'd have to get into it and connect the battery. I haven't hooked up the switch for the head yet. That's after stream. That's an after stream job. Hey, Paul Nokel. Oh, where are we at? Oh, I'm way behind. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with how the side plates came out. Oh, there you go, Charlie, bye. Did my logo and a little bit of the Voron logo on there. So, yeah, did the two-piece chassis. A couple of little mods I had to do to make that work, but overall, not too bad. Driver's sitting on there pretty good. Nothing's in the way. Hey, Ron. Oh, okay. Charlie out, number one. Let's see how long that lasts. Hey, Ron. Nero was having, yeah. I mean, I had some issues on the build, but it's a new thing. I'm sure improvements will be done over time on these. So. Are the tracks TPU? They are TPU. They are a generic Pryline brand off of Amazon. They are a little harder than I would like. I did buy some TPU 90 Polymaker that I was going to swap out, but I've just ran out of time. So I will probably swap those out later. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it though. Everything's together. It runs well. I am not using the Pro. I don't know if you can see in there. I'm not using the Pro version. So these are the Pololu motors, and I think overall that's probably a good thing. I don't have to limit the power on this at all. It goes plenty fast. If I have traction and I punch it, it will lift the front. So. Hey, Malfrey. These are probably 95A, yeah, Derek. So, great, glad to see everyone. Hi, Stephen. Charlie, 6 months. Has it been 6 months already? Basically, YouTube math, it's been 6 months. Let's see. Hey, you on? Hey, owner. Do you have traction and aim? Yeah. So things work. So I think I need to disassemble it to a small degree so I can ship it, because I think I'm going to ship this instead of trying to take it on the plane. So hopefully I can get it there in time. I have someone I can ship it to. So we'll just place that right there. and get started on the build. So, where we left off. Derek, member for 6 months, versus other Voron builds, how hard or easy is VK? It's a pretty easy build. I wouldn't say it's very hard at all. There's some quality of life stuff for sure in the newer things. And a lot more that you have to kind of manually align on this, but it's not too bad. So where we left off is at this point. It was assembled to this point. The frame wasn't really where I wanted it to be. The Misumi, I don't know if this was cut on a Friday or a Monday morning, but the frame just, the extrusions just weren't right. So in between last time you saw this and now, I had completely disassembled the frame, took each extrusion out to my garage, and I don't have the right tools to do this, but I made do. I used a disc sander and I just lined it up with a machinist square and did a fence, and then I touched every end of the extrusions. Well, first I measured them all and found the shortest one, and I used that as my my template, and I touched every end on these and filed them down to where just a tiny bit to where they all matched and they're as square as I could get them, and it helped. It helped a lot. So it is much more stable. I'm much happier with it. One of the key things that I noticed before is with everything lined up with Z at max, the gap here between the mounts was very different before, and now it's the same. So, hey Sanity. Maybe you should add an Apple tag this time so you really know where the racer goes. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna ship it in a regular box, and I don't know yet what carrier I'm gonna use. So, we will see. I don't know, can you package something up in a box all taped up and expect it to get through TSA? Which is better, having it go through TSA or having it go through UPS or FedEx? I wouldn't do FedEx. I like them less than UPS. Because I imagine that they're going to want to open it, and I don't have like a reclosable container or an easily reclosable container to put it through TSA as checked baggage. I think Charlie wants in, so hold on a second. Oh, nope, I was hearing things. 4 a.m. here. Time for a quick hello before heading to bed. We'll watch it later. Thanks, Emmanuel. Have a good evening. So, okay. So I redid it, and then I reassembled it back to the point where we left off. Back to the point where we left off. Everything's lined up. Things move well. There's no binding in the gantry. The X bearings are a little rougher, but I tried cleaning them. They didn't get any better. We're just gonna roll with it. So, you like FedEx less than UPS? I've had far more packages just mysteriously stay at the depots with FedEx than anyone else for like weeks at a time. Hey, Ronald. Checked luggage would be much more than shipping. Well, Southwest has two or three free checked bags. I'm already going to be checking the V0. I've got a Pelican style case for it. So I think I can do it for basically free. It's just whether I think it'll make the trip. Hi, Sean Connolly. Complete stranger here, but I'm driving down to Earth from Massachusetts on Friday night. I'd be happy to bring it down to you. I appreciate that, and thank you. We do have a local contact there that I'm already arranged to ship it to, assuming I think I can get it there. So, but I appreciate that for sure. Hey, Leo the Human. This would be much easier to take into the carry-on than the checked luggage. I'm a little concerned of what TSA would think of it, though, and I don't want to show up and have it not be able to be taken on. So be sure to take the build plate off before checking. Okay, I put a cold chain on, wear it around my neck. Hey, Christian. Pack the racer inside the V0. Nope, that don't work. Let's see, where did we are at, I think we're here. So we assembled one, oh, I'm missing. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go there, there we go. We assembled one extruder. I was missing a part for the second one, so that's where we're gonna pick up, is assembling the second extruder. So, hey, Edge of 3D, welcome. Absolutely cannot check the battery, it has to be carried. Oh, good information, thank you. It has to be carried. Ideally I should just ship it. Then I don't have to worry about any of that. So, I like when USPS says receive pending acceptance, then the next stop shows out for delivery. Yeah. Hey, Honored Twig. Hey, Gary, thanks for gifting a membership. And Sean is now a member. Hey, Max. Hey, Steve. May not be able to be shipped if Express uses air. Batteries over a certain size can't be taken on planes at all. It's a problem with electric unicycle. So a 4S, I'm running a 4S, just a pack about yay big. It's a 4S 3300 is what I'm running in that. It's absolutely legal to bring as a carry-on. They'll ask to see it, but assuming there are no explosives on it, you'll get through just fine. Traveled a lot with RC stuff. Okay, I will give that a try. I think I will. Maybe I'll see if I can contact TSA and get a heads up type thing. Now I'm pretty sure Charlie wants in. Okay. With batteries shipping will have to be ground. Okay. I will check into that a little further. Hopefully I'm not too late. We'll find out. Back to the build. So the extruder, we built one of them. We are going to build the second one. So I need to find all the printed parts. So one of the problems with a gap in the build here is making sure I kept everything together. Hey, Victor. We got that guy. What else do we have here? Is that the only printed part here? No, there's other parts that are over here. Okay. Amazon batteries to your destination. Hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I could order an extra battery at least in case I have to ditch the battery because they won't let me take it. That's not a bad idea. I need an extra battery anyway. I only have one. You ship coffee, doesn't have to. Come on, John. That was good. You can carry on the batteries in your bag even if you ship the rest of the racer. That shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just see what I can fit it in and go from there. Maybe I can fit this taken partially apart in my clothes bag. I don't need that many clothes, but I can put it in there. It'll be fine with battery as long as it's not over 160 watt hours. It is not. Okay. So the reason that we are continuing this build now is because I had some delusion the first time this might have been a one-stream build, and that was very unrealistic. So, and I didn't want to interrupt the salad fork build too much. So that's why we went back to the salad fork build, and now we're back on the Voron kit build. Just don't tell the TSA that it's a death racer. Yes, it is a, I mean, I might get some points if I say it's an RC combat robot. Hey, William. Battery saved. Oh, that's a good idea. Battery save bag. That's a good idea. I think I have some of those from my other RC stuff. Okay, let's get to this. We have one assembled. So we put the, so step 2 here, we put the bearing in. Now we're gonna assemble this. This is where we left off because I was missing this piece here. What are we, the M8 drive gear we were missing. So Max sent me one along with the washers for the AB steppers, but I'm not gonna take those apart to get them back on. So we are going to cover this step right here. So let's just go here or here. Last time we did this stream, I didn't have this. So we need the drive gear. Hey, Jolton. A little late today. Hope you're all safe. You're in the path of any of the big storms. I'm as far away as it gets from the big storms, but I hope everyone's doing okay there. Okay, this and the bolt. So a bolt with a flat in it. The MK8 hobbed gear, and we do have the tools. What do we have here? We used these exclusively last time, so I think I'm going to keep with it. Why is that not? There we go. So that goes on there, and we'll adjust this to final dimension. Polar Ted, is that what you were looking for? I'm glad to help. I've printed a few of these now and kind of theming it to the build, so I don't know how long I'll be doing that, but it's kind of fun. So this now goes in here, and that already lines up pretty well, but I think I'm going to change it a little bit. So I want the groove, the serrated groove in the MK8 gear here to line up with the filament path, and it is just a hair that way. So I'm going to move it over just a hair. The wrench here does a good job of helping me line that up. And that is right down the center. I don't know if you can see, but then we're going to tighten this up nice and snug. So, hey BBs. By the way, did Steve talk about how the solid fork is doing? The solid fork is close. I printed up a new mount for the display, and Yuri and I were talking about filament paths, and that's where we've left off. I'm gonna have to catch up on a lot of things after Earth. Just prepping for Earth is taking time. So thanks for bringing that up, though. I'll be posting a serial video of it as soon as I can. If it's not too ambitious, I'm gonna try before I leave for Earth. So, hey Jose, hey Alex, hey Squirrel Brain. Hey, Jose. Did I say Jose already? I did. Zurich, 5 months, thank you. Okay, so then we have 2 washers. Two washers and Sanity, you absolutely can criticize my cabling to whatever degree you feel is needed. Add the 2 M5 washers to the protruding shaft and screw on the main drive gear. Don't over tighten it. Now, is that a... It is not a lock nut. Did we use a lock nut over here? No, but we did a, another nut to jam nut. There we go. I'm waiting for your lengthy take on it. Okay, so there's that. Holding the drive gear, screw on the second, using it to counterlock the first one in place, locks the drive gear in place. Insert the M3 lock nuts into the retainers. We did that last time. Then we're gonna take this assembly. We put some of these nuts in place last time, so we have insert the M3 nuts into the retainers in the latch arm and attach both arms to the latch using a 22 millimeter screw. I get ambitious about my ability to make progress on some of this stuff. I think this will only take this long. Make sure to show the bottom panel in the serial video and tell everyone it's a requirement. Yes, it is a requirement. How does the drive gear not slip? Oh, there's a grub screw. There's a grub screw there. So I tightened that earlier. There's a flat on the ground into the bolt, and there's a grub screw. Okay, so now we take all of these and a 22 millimeter bolt. That is 20, which means this one's probably the 22. Yep. And looks like, well, that's kind of odd. That seems to be mirrored of where the instructions are. Okay, so that goes there, and then this will go here. Deburring. I think that'll help. Let's see. It feels like it's backwards is the problem. It's mirrored. Okay, and then this should go here. There we go. Okay, so is that right? Let's see. Yeah, it is mirrored from this other one. I think that's correct. Enough. Yeah, it has to be mirrored. Okay. Maybe I've got some other instructions there. Yep, they are. And then this is another 22 millimeter screw, and then this stuff. Oops. Oh, that's a 20. Maybe this is the 22. Yep. Did a grub screw come out? No? It's just a piece of plastic. Under the right lower hexagon. Yeah, that was a piece of plastic. There we go. So now that will go on to this piece that we assembled last time. So this is the idler for the filament. At least eating the piece of plastic, it's not gonna, that goes on there. It's not going to break my teeth. What music is it today? It's the same stream beat stuff. I've got to figure out I was thinking about that today, actually. I need to figure out some variety there. Okay, springs. So use a steel M3 washer and then a spring and an M3 nylon washer. Did I do that on this one? I hope so. So a steel M3 washer on here, then the spring, and then a nylon washer, which is that one. And all of this goes through into here. I'll just get that started. Screw. Spring. Nylon washer. Into here. Hey Nathan, welcome. That is there. And I lined up the teeth already. That's all still lined up. Insert the tension arm into the main body and screw them into lock nuts that are embedded into the body. And then I think I can just latch this like that. Now I get to put the stepper on. So stepper. And on this one, I believe I had to flip it around in order to get things to line up. Otherwise it was, the flat on the stepper wasn't deep enough was the problem. I couldn't hit the flat. So, but I can hit it this way and I can hit it that way just barely and it's fine. Show measuring tool. Dunes? Oh, this guy? This is really handy, just to have a small scale. And I don't know if this is actually Mitutoyo. It probably isn't. I bought it off Amazon. It came in a little red sleeve, so I don't know. I have that one, and I have the bigger version. Okay. Attach an EMA 17 motor to the motor points using M3x8 screws and M3 washers. So we will duplicate what we did over here on this one. Which way is this? This is going away, so that should go right like that. M3x8s and washers. Now, we get those Mitutoyo project rules from Amazon at my place of work. Yeah, it seems so. I mean, it's a good. Dune 91 on printables. What are we talking about? Dune 91. What did you screw measuring tool? Oh, there's this. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. That's okay. This is more universal. Okay, so now that will move, and we can line this up with the center of that, and then we can take our belt. There we go. Things lined up. Tighten our grub screws. And I'm happy with that. So now we'll tension this just by hand. You don't need a ton of tension here. Have I been gone too long? From when? Oh yeah, I got overhead cam. Okay, we have 2 extruders now. Oh, I've got a fitting to put in the top. That should thread in. We've got a wrench that came with some CR10 or something that is the right size for these. There we go. Perfect. That one's on. That one's on. John's on a roll today. Okay, did that, put the belt on, twist the motor away from the front of the extruder, put tension on the belt, don't over tighten. These feel about the same. Where are you at, Charlie? Oh, he's doing his business. Then screwed in the BSP Bowden tube connector. then on, so we did some of this. So we skipped around a little bit last time because I know we did some of the electronics enclosure. So let's put some of this stuff away. Okay, so we have the ramps box and we inserted the ramps assembly into the case and secured it. So let's go out a little bit. Hey, Battalion. So we got this far on the enclosure. So I think we can open this up. Let's see. Nice little hinged case. We have our ramps board in there with the various adapter plugs. I was under the impression the RCF included tools with his kits. Yeah, included these. Included the drivers. Were there other tools? Am I forgetting? Well, we're gonna need some of this stuff, I think. Do that too, and that. We have a real ramps. Oh yeah, this is era appropriate. This is era appropriate. Oh, we'll probably need that. And the display. Let's see what else we need. Okay. Let's go back here. So we put the board in, we put the fan on. We use the included piece. We did the hinge, did the whole enclosure. Now we have the power box. Okay, so we did not do this. So this is kind of right where we left off. Where did that screw go that holds this together? I still want to build a legacy. I am working on my legacy. I'm gonna make some changes to it. So I'm gonna convert it to direct drive. Bowden is for the birds. For 3D printing ramps as a jumping off point. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have this piece. And we have some pieces inside here. So refer to the wiring diagrams at the end of the guidance on wiring up the power box. Attach the necessary wires to the SSR. So I'm gonna need some wires and I'm gonna need the SSR. So I need more things. I'm gonna make a mess here. I'm gonna make a stealth burner adapter for the Legacy. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing yet. I know, so what's prompting me to work on the Legacy is for some reason the SKR Mini E3 Turbo that I have in there is not responsive. And I haven't figured out why. So I decided I'd take the opportunity to play around with a different controller. So I went out and bought one of the Manta M4Ps, and I'm gonna put that in there. So beyond that, I'm still planning. So I've got a lot of projects going on, so I don't know what the timeline is, but still working on it. I don't know if it'll be stream content or not. Depends on what comes up, what projects come up. Okay, electronics, we're gonna need some wiring. See all these nicely labeled boxes. I think this is our mains wiring, but we'll just pull all the relevant stuff out right now. I don't know what that is. But I think our mains wiring is here. We'll see, Sanity. Oh, Charlie out, number 2. Okay. I've got a Omron SSR. Omron. This is going to go, what side does this go in? This must go in here. Does that fit down in there? Okay. But where was the Charlie cam while he was inside? He wasn't laying there. He wasn't in his spot. So I didn't turn it on. So this says refer to the wiring diagram at the end for guidance on wiring the power box. So this is how to assemble it. Let's see if we can find the guidance on wiring it. So we're gonna go through all of this, and let's go down here and look for the guidance on wiring. Can you show the Omron close up to the cam? I have one here from my Trident kit and not sure about it if it's original. Yeah, I can do that. Here, let's take the cover off so it might be a little easier to read. Oop. No, that's right. Is that what you're looking for? Yeah. And then it has a protective cover. Snaps on. There you go. Okay, we are not to any of this, but we want to get to the wiring because I want to do wiring as we're going on this because the instructions say to check it out. So this is the diagram we're going to be going off of. So let's look here. We have a bunch of wires. This appears to be power for the ramps. Oh, whew. This is quite a little bit. There's a bed harness connector. That's what this is. Okay. Is that one new production or pulled from RCF's 6-year-old parts list? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't see immediately any kind of date code. I don't see any kind of date code on there. So I don't know. Hey, Bill Brothers. What do we have here? So SSR control pin. Let's see what we got going on. This is to SSR. A little label on there says SSR. Is there a label on this one? TB, so I'm thermistor bed, I'm guessing. This is probably main power for the, this is power for the ramps. Where is, so from the bed harness connector, we got a black wire here that goes to the AC side of the SSR. Where is the load side? Is that this? SSR control pin and ground. That must be these. So these are going to go to the input side, and there's one with the blue heat shrink. And if we look at the instructions here, we got one with blue heat shrink here. So let's just kind of do some mock-up stuff and see how everything fits. Hey, Andre. I think that's Charlie again. You coming in? There we go. Okay, so if that is the input side, these are going to go here. Let's just lightly tighten those just so they stay in place. That's that. And then on the output side, I'm getting close. Nope, he's not showing up yet. What do we have here? We have power. Trying to get an idea of how this, deciphering this, so bear with me. Following this, is there something else down here? This is the main harness. Ramps wiring, and then X carriage connectors, and the LCD panel. So this is still what we want to focus on. Hey, Gary Putnam. Okay, those two go there. This goes to the power supply, and this all goes to the, where's the thermistor bed? Oh, that must be over here. Thermistor bed. Now, this one goes to the AC side, like that. Oh, there we go. There you go. And then there is a, aha. So now this goes here. And this is gonna go here. And that's gonna go to the power supply. Okay, so that's the SSR hooked up. That goes to the power supply, that goes there. That plugs in on the side here is where this plug goes. So now from this guy, we've got this going to the, we got a ground. We got ground going here. And neutral going here. And then this goes to the power supply. Okay, I got it. I got it figured out. So let's unplug these. And place this inside here. That might make those difficult to plug in, but, or can I run these through? Let's unplug this. I got it figured out, so now I just have to figure out how to get it all in here. So this is live. Put that on until it snaps. This is ground and neutral. So those are all plugged in. We're going to take all of this harness up through the enclosure here. There's some apps you can put your phone over and it will translate the picture. So all of this can come in here. Okay, so now that's gonna go there, and I'm gonna leave this not snapped in just so I have a little extra room here. Then the input side of the SSR, we're gonna plug this back in. I think this is gonna have to bend straight up. Input side of the SSR. Because this goes right up against the wall in here. I hope there's enough room for that. Here, let's do this. Let's go down through here. And bend straight up. Through there, through the holes in this cover. And bending straight up still doesn't get it to the point of being able to touch those contacts. So bend that straight up, and then this can go on there, just like that. And I can't get to those. So now that'll let me put it in the case here, I think. A little easier. Now, where do all of these come in? Do they come in from the bottom? Because I'm realizing the power supply is probably gonna get in the way of all of this, so I may have to redo that. Hope I'm not losing anyone. Let's pull all these out. Because I think all of these come through here. That doesn't fit. So what are we at? Okay, let's try this again. All of these wires are going to come up through here, I think. Mad Chemmy, drive-by hi from DFH crew. Awesome. Thanks for saying hi. Okay. So with that now running up through the bottom of the enclosure, I can now hit some of these other things like the ground and neutral for the power through here. Ground and neutral. This one could have stayed. Live. Up through here. And then these two go to the input side of the input side of the SSR again. Now all of that is in there. This is gonna go to the power supply. This is gonna go to the power supply, but the other side of this goes to the SSR. And you know, this looks like a little bit of a mess here, but it's gonna clean up here very shortly. Oh, I got that backwards. I don't know that it matters, but I'm gonna follow the wiring diagram. This one goes over here. And then this side, this one goes to this side. I haven't swapped my glasses. There we go. Okay, so we have all these wires right here that just go to the power supply. So we have our AC wiring and then we have our DC wiring on the power supply. So now we just have to get everything in here to fit. So let's clean this up. And which way does that go into the side? So let's go back to the instructions. Now that we have the wiring sorted out, we have this diagram all sorted out. So let's go back to where we were on the enclosure assembly. So this little spot right here, this connector is what I want to see. And according to this, little tab is up. So we're gonna do that. Little tab on the connector is up. So I think it might be a little easier to get that in there if everything else is still not snapped into place. So I think that goes in there like that. And then the power can snap in there. These can still come up out of the way. And this can sneak down in here. And push right into the bottom. That looks about right. Hey, pushing plastic. And then the harness coming out. Nothing is getting in anything else's way. Cool. We got the power supply. That's supposed to be the AC inlet. It is. Yep. Just make sure nothing's pinched, and yeah, everything looks good in there. Wires will just kind of get bunched out of the way. I don't know if this actually should be pulled out anymore. So there's a little tab there. So I have a feeling this needs to push in further. Yep, there we go. Now it's snapped into place. So it's pushed out quite a bit, stuck out quite a bit further, but now it's in, now it's locked in. Cool. Why do you need the SSR exposed? Is it for cooling? Yeah, I think the frame goes along here and kind of touches it. I don't think it actually needs cooling, but it's probably not a bad idea. Hey, GR51, Gab. Okay, so back to the instructions. So we put the tab, that in there, like the power inlet's there, the SSR's there. And now we're gonna connect the wires to the PSU through a hole in the bottom center of the box and slot the PSU into the top box as illustrated. Secure the PSU in the box with 3 M4x6 screws. Got my serial for the solid fork this week, VT749. Congratulations, Pushing Plastic. Hey, Maker Viking. I need to, I really need to get I want to get my solid fork serialed. So hopefully this week. Okay, power supply. This is a stepper online 12 volt. A little cover there. We are going to test a few things while we're here. Pass some words of encouragement to Jay and Derek building printers. Awesome. Have fun with it. That's what I have to say. This is a fun process. Just keep having fun. Okay, so let's loosen the appropriate screws here. And what do we got? We'll just grab the 2 close to each other for positive and negative, and we'll make sure everything else is snug so they don't rattle. Okay, so ground. I like the way the power supply is situated. Yeah. Did you find a solution to your Wi-Fi issues on the solid fork? Or are you still running wired? Right now I'm running wired. Now, there is a combination problem there. It's a combination of my Wi-Fi signal strength in here and that particular Wi-Fi card just not being great for my setup. When I took it closer to the router, as long as I had it on a short USB extension, it worked fine. So for in here, I'm gonna have to wire it until I can get an access point in here. Okay, so ground, neutral, then live. Let's go neutral. White wire in the US is neutral. And black is live. Now we have to make sure that we grab the black wire, because there's a black wire over here for the DC side, but the black wire coming from the power inlet and the SSR is the one that we want to put over here, because it is an AC bed in here. Yeah, I'm gonna do an access point of some sort. Hey, Pex Peppers. Hey, Gerard. Okay, and then positive side is right here. And the negative side. Hey, Wade. Okay, let's close the little lid there and double check we have everything here. There's nothing on this side. Everything's a connector, so there's nothing's going to short out. I'm gonna set this, just let that coil up right there. This sitting here, everything looks good inside here. So let's power it up and make sure our power supply is working. So grab a power cord. Looks like I got a fancy new watch. I did. I picked up the Apple Watch Ultra. I'm liking it so far. Let's do one thing here. Let's make sure that I have a fuse in here. There we go. Yep. And it's even got an extra. Okay. power. Oh, I'm gonna have to have that. Oh, I think I can hit the ends of the DC there. Can't see, doing well. Maybe wire up an Ethernet wall plate to the back. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about putting a, redoing this, because I don't really need 3 24-volt circuits here. I might redo this panel and put an Ethernet jack in there. Do you see my remix of your Acro Mills bin for the heat set insert tools? I think I did see that, Kyle. I'm pretty sure I did. Very nice. How did the first print on Solid Fork went? Can you show us? Yeah. So this is the Cali Cat in Yuri mode. Yuri mode is stretched in the Z. For an untuned PLA print, I think it turned out pretty well. Little bit of cooling issues right there. Yeah. There is a, thank you, Kelvin. There is a switch and it is set to 230 volts. So now it's at 115. Now, fortunately here in the US, it's not catastrophic to have that wrong. Things just don't work. So, but thanks for reminding me to check. Okay. Oh, let's turn this off. Everything's here. Let me get my multimeter. We have multimeter, we have power supply here, here. There's nothing around that we're gonna short out on. So let's power it up. Hey, green light. So let's see what we can. Is that enough? There we go. .18 volt. Sure. We could adjust that with the with this little trim pot here. If I adjust that just a little bit, where do we end up? 12.06, 12.05. I mean, a little bit over is not a problem. I just wanted to show that you can adjust that. There we go. No smoke. Hey, Nero, I will probably be going another 2 or 3 hours. Danny, this is 12 volt. This is 2006 era. Everybody say hi, Nero. Everybody say hi, Taylor. Okay, power supply's working. Yay. Hey, Subsonic Freak. Quincy, I'm sure. We are building a vintage build of a Voron kit. I ran a new computer on 120, wanted the setting on 240 years ago. It worked fine, except when a space heater came on in another room, then it would reboot. No smoke, no sparks. Okay, so that is good. So let's make these do a nice little bend over. Just kind of making sure that when things fall into place, that they kind of loop around each other. And then, oh, left a little bit of the, there we go. And then this should go in right like that. So now we have some M4s that should be in here, and I think that's these. Okay, I was gonna go live to wrap up the Death Racer, but I want to tread on your time slot. Thank you. I'm not gonna be doing my what's typical lately, of 5 or 6 hour stream. This build will probably go, I won't be finishing this build today, so we will pick up on it when I get back from Earth, but I'm going to be sticking to probably 4 hours at the most today. So this says 4 screws, but this power supply only has spots for 2. So we're gonna go just 2. So yeah, I've been going for an hour now. So I'm gonna go at most another 3 hours, if not just 2 more hours. Depends on where we're at. If we get to a point in the build where it's down to tuning or configuration and tuning, I might just do a whole stream on that, because I want to do the, I want to do a dual color print, and I think that can fill a stream all on its own. Power supply is all together. Retro build for the museum? Sure, why not? There was an opportunity to build for a nostalgic build of the first MZBot Voron kits. So but I can definitely message you, Nero, when I'm done. Or if I can send you a quick note when I know if it's going to be 3 or 4 hours. No problem. Secure with the 3, but only 2 line up, so that should be okay. Has anyone started a 3D printer museum yet? I don't know. Okay. Display. Sweet. Got display parts. Display. So drop the kill button into the hole on the LCD case. I don't know that I have a kill button. I'll have to look, because I don't remember ever seeing that printed part. I might be missing a part. Slotting it for 6 p.m. Eastern time for now, 3. Absolutely, that's, you could safely do 5 if you want. Because I will be done by 2 p.m. my time at the latest. So, drop the kill button into the hole in the LCD case, insert the LCD screen assembly, add the back cover, and secure the whole assembly with 2 M3x16s. So we have a, what is this? The RepRap full graphic discount display, whatever you call it. The big guy. Ooh. I don't know if we can get away with, maybe I can fold that over and save the peel for later. Oh, you'll be eating dinner then? Yeah. But anyway, 6 p.m. is definitely way outside of when I'm gonna be finishing. So you're good. And I appreciate it, thank you. Oh, there it is. There's the button. Okay, so drop the button in there. Yep, it matches the white. Hey, Krasimir. Okay, so let's pull the, actually, that fits. So we don't even have to pull the knob off. It should drop in there. That's there. And then they say only use the 2 M3x16s. That must be this guy. Yep. I gotta find a second one in here. Like this. Yep. Hatching somewhere, so let's see what we got going on here. What do we got? We've got a screw there, It should go straight through there. So that, just clear that out. Okay, let's try this again. Well, see if the hole in the PCB isn't quite right. Oh yeah, that's too tight. Okay. Let's very gently. I still haven't taken the time to find my reamer, so I'm just gonna use a drill here. Just by hand, it's so close. Oh, well, that has to go through both of those. Just by hand. It was just enough to where it was catching the threads and not allowing me to thread it in well. Charlie pulling cute poses again. That cat can sleep. And then one more. There we go. Now I suspect it will be a little more successful. I hope. So I think the position of these connectors is keeping this cover from going down far enough. So to line up that screw, so we're going to use a little bit of a file. And just clean this up a little bit. This is probably more to do with this display than anything. Do that for both. Oops. My Polymaker filament ordered yesterday is shipped. Awesome. I couldn't find, I've got so much filament. I looked at that deal and that was tempting, but I couldn't find enough to justify it. All right, let's see if that is enough. So just placing this here. When did Charlie start to sleep in those poses? He's always done that. Let's see if we can start that. Yeah, that's spinning, so that's good. Let's try this one. Yeah, see what's going on is see how the opening is shifted here? So, and that's, like I said, I'm pretty sure that's the display to blame. So let's do a little more filing. Well-printed TPU is really strong. TPU is super strong. I'm using MatterHacker's ProFlex in vase mode. Yeah. Layer adhesion, everything about TPU is super strong. And I don't really have any great way to get a view of this. Yeah, the thing that might have got me to place an order was trying their PA12, but that was out of stock too. I don't have any immediate use for it. I just like to try the different filaments. Just kind of scrape this with the edge of a X-Acto knife and see if I can clean it up a little more. Oh, it said PA12 was in stock soon when I checked. Maybe I was too late. Maybe that's because other people ordered it ahead of me. Okay, let's see if that's any better. Can we make it better? Because I'm tired of sanding. Showed out of stock for me, but had a back order option. Interesting. Okay, so that's slipping, so we should be able to. There we go. Threading in? No. Why isn't it threading in? Hey, Max. I'm having trouble with the display. They've moved the connectors on you. So I'm trying to massage this thing into place. I think I finally got it. Oh, here. Yes, I am massaging it. Okay. That, I think, is in place. That bumps. That is not great. Yeah, the knob is not. We're dealing with these displays being very they've been around a long time, And I'm sure they're changing the, is this original stock? That's a question. I ordered 3 boards, Z-boards, connectors were in different places. Yeah. Now the bigger problem is the knob isn't working now. So I have to pull this apart again. The knob is rubbing here because everything is wrong. I'm gonna cheat, or at least I'm gonna attempt to cheat. Let's see. I'm gonna attempt to cheat and see if I can find my, see if I have one of these displays and see if it fits better. I may not have one of these displays though. No, darn it, I thought I did. I thought I did. I can't cheat. Okay, so in order to get around that, we've got a couple of things. We've got a burr on the display knob here, so let's take care of that. There's a burr right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's close enough that that might be causing an issue. And then, how can we, let's open this up a little bit. So let's just, let's see if that does the trick. Could you just clip out the top part that goes over the connectors? Probably, but I'm close. I'm really close. Let me try my Noga deburring tool, see if I can just remove a little more material. Let's try this again. First off, we definitely have more space here around the knob. We're almost there. Let's move this in here. And put this one in here. It is not structural at all, but I'm so close. And part of the problem isn't even the back plate, it's this, the knob isn't centered there. And I missed the button. This is the equivalent of a bottom plate, I think, at this point. That's what I'm considering it, the equivalent of a bottom plate. So let's just cut this out a good amount, just to make sure we have plenty of clearance for that knob. Oh, I can't use the ES15 on this build, Sanity. This is the included tools build. There goes Charlie, number 3. Okay. See you, Colin. Such are the rules, absolutely. Okay. Last try. This one will do it. That's there. That's there. Screw through there. Screw through there. Bend this over, so. Oh, kind of went overboard a lot around the knob, but whatever. That goes there. I like the ES15, but anyone else feel like it's 1 or 2 generations of being a really good tool? Maybe. Making sure this is tightened without being too tight. Now we got it. And I went a little overboard on the hole around the thing. I may want to reprint this later because that's going to bug me. But I can't do anything about it now. But we can move on. Okay. That was way too long for that step, but that's okay. Putting it all together. Using the same M5 cap screw and T-nut method you've been using to attach components to the frame, install the LCD module on the front of the printer. Okay, so we have an M5. What size is these? We have an M5 that needs to go in here. Like that. T-nut. And is that that's the only thing that holds us to the frame? Cool. Starting my LDO Trident kit yesterday, listening to the stream while building, have the manual in your Trident series on my tablet to follow along with. Awesome, have fun with the build. Get it serialed. We're approaching 800. Okay, that goes there, and then all my tools. and the rest of the plastic shavings. Okay, power supply and printer. So this is the front. Display goes, I'm just gonna put this right like that right now. Well, that's fun. There's not quite enough room to turn the wrench. I'm gonna break my rule. Otherwise I'm gonna be sitting there forever on that. As long as I can even get, oh, I can't get that one. Nope, that one won't go. So the problem here is I can't get this because of the length of this versus the length of the tool. I can't, oh, there it goes. I can only get about 180 degrees of turning on this. I'm gonna leave that just flush for now. Did that make sense, the trouble I was having there? This thing was stuck in here and I couldn't turn it all the way. Nope. Attach the extruders and spool holders to the sides. Extruders and spool holders. So I got spool holders here. That's what these are. Got spool holders. I guess they go somewhere around here. And extruders. How do these go on? How do these go on? You turn it half turns? Yeah, I got it half turns. I got it. It was just amusingly difficult. How does this go in? That don't fit there. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, I got a problem. I got a problem in that this won't fit where it goes because I flipped my pulleys here because the flat spot on the steppers doesn't go far enough for the grub screw to hit. This is supposed to go into, according to this picture here, this is supposed to go into this gap right here, and it would fit. It would fit fine, or barely, if the pulley was the other way. See here, this fits in just barely into this spot. So, what I am going to do is reverse these, tighten it down where I can, and I'll come back later and grind a flat. I should have ignored the flats, but I didn't anticipate that. I'm trying to pay attention to the details, and that detail caught me. So we have to reverse these. So we'll get it close, but it's not going to be on a flat. Should have ignored the flats. I'm not going to ignore the flats. I didn't anticipate that. It's okay. Minor setback. Ah, what happened there? That loosened up a lot. That's kind of weird. It's not tightening. What is keeping it from tightening? There we go. Knew there was a reason. What reason? Not remember what the reason was. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm puzzled here, Max. Did I do something wrong? Because this bracket here keeps this from going into place. What am I missing? Now that I can get it in there, this bracket keeps it from going into place. Is it the other way? Does the other one have to go here? Is the screenshot wrong? Because this would work, and I think that's what I'll do. I think that'll work. I think the screenshot here is off. That makes sense? Yep. Oh, the wheels face the front. Not according to the instructions. I'm following the instructions. Okay. We will keep going. Adding the pulley. Okay, now okay, so this one slots right in there with no room to spare, but it's perfect. There's Charlie. Hey, Rod. Okay, one on. And things move, and nothing touches by that much. Then we'll put a spool holder. Where's the spool holder go? Does it just go in front of it, something like this? And then it comes under? Is that what this does? Oh, there's Charlie. I forgot to turn that off. I can adjust those later, but it's there. Thanks, Delmar. Yeah, it's funny. There's like that much space. Anything that you can talk about come from the discussion you had with Jason about VKs? I have no idea. Okay. Kind of like that. That's a cool aesthetic right there. Just from the front, seeing those going. Clearance is clearance. Or clearance. Clearance, clearance. Yeah, about the same spot as on the other side. Now you have to figure out a way to replicate components without going JLC PCB. Yeah. Is it ramps mostly or what? Okay, this is getting, oh shoot. Did I spill? Oh, I didn't spill. Awesome. This is true, Mr. Clown. That much space is huge in CAD. Very cool. I like that. Big white pulleys gonna do their job. Hopefully both of them. You know what? My watch is telling me it's time to stand. I've been doing nothing but standing. Okay, extruder 1, extruder 2. Attach the ramps box assembly onto the bottom of the right rear vertical extrusion. Think we'll be pushing plastic this stream? Probably not in H3D. I think my plan is to get everything wired, everything done, and then do a stream dedicated to running it. So, I mean, this stream will be, there's a lot to do left. And I need to get ready for ERF anyway. So, I need to continue getting ready for ERF. So it won't be a super long, like 6-hour stream today. It'll be 3 or 4 hours at the most. So I'm hoping to finish the mechanical side and then we'll dedicate a stream, the next stream, to actually getting it running and doing a print and doing a multicolor print. I hope. Yeah, but ramps is a rare beast. I have 20 original stock remaining. Awesome. Ready to start the LDL Trident. Parts of John just need time and power. Are you fair in the storm? Okay, so this is the right rear of the box. So we are going to put this guy right here, like this. Let's open it up. Before this, I had not owned a ramps board. Okay, so it's just 2 screws into the back. And however that ends up going. So get a couple more M5s. And I suspect we're gonna take a little bit of time here on wiring, so. The display adapter here is in the way, so I'm gonna take that off temporarily. Okay. That in there. And that in there. Trying to remember, is this 12 volts? It is 12 volts. Okay, then we can put the ramps adapter back on. Or the display adapter back on. Now, why is that? Okay, that was just that power cable getting in the way. Where did the... There we go. Just put that back there. Attach the ramps box, install the power box into the left lower corner. So that probably goes right on the back here, right? It's gonna go right like that. It doesn't sit very flat. It does not sit vertical. What is keeping that from doing that? I don't think anything. So let's just put it on and see what happens. 1. Is this the last 2? No, there might be one more. Okay. Right like that. That's sitting a little more vertical now that it's tightened down. Okay. Getting some heft to it. I feel like I want to put the feet on this because, yeah, let's put the feet on. Figure out where they are. Oh, that's not that. Put put the feet on so I'm not pinching the wires every time they end up underneath the frame. Can't decide if I should buy a MKS skipper or a fly pie with a fly can hat. I don't need either one just to mess around. Yeah, I don't have a suggestion on that. I haven't tried any of the mellow stuff, although I may be for the Tridex build. Okay, so we just have a bit of rubber feet. Go in each corner. Is that a SSR in the PSU housing? It is. There. Now I can set it up. Much better. Now things aren't getting pinched all the time. Attach the Y end stop switch, the one with the longer wire, to the A motor mount. Okay, what is the A motor mount? It should be this guy back here, closer to the thing. So where is the Y end stop? I think this is we got various bits and pieces here. I think we already put the X on there, so this must be the Y. And hey, it says Y. So this guy is gonna go right here. Using the two remaining little self-tapping screws. Hey, Evil Knievel. Welcome. Okay. Hey, Empressy. Been a while since I've been able to catch you. How did you make out with the 3D Sets car? We will be continuing the 3D Sets car build in the October members stream, and at that point I'll make the first part public. So I decided, for anybody who didn't know, that there was no way I was getting to that build in a reasonable amount of time. So we started it. Here we go. Where did the other screw go? Where did the other screw go? Uh-oh. I'm looking for the other little self-tapper screw. Oh, there it is. Ramp has to be modded to take 24 volts. Not this one, since we're not going to be running 24 volts. Okay, Y end stop. Okay, that is not triggering because we're racked a little bit. what is that hitting? What am I hitting? I hear something. I hear it hitting something. So let's... Something is hitting over here. What is that? Yeah, it's actually hitting on the extruder over here. Oop, almost lost my coffee. Turn it upside down. Oh yeah. But the gantry is still racked a little bit. If it wasn't racked, it would hit fine, so I need to fix that. This is hitting the extruder over here. But what it's hitting is a little bit of elephant's foot. I can feel it. I bet you it's gone now. Yep. Just that little bit. It is so close. Empersy, thanks for coming a member. Yeah, now it doesn't make the noise. So now I gotta fix the racking, because if I just barely touch that over there, you can see that it triggers. Well, I'm honored for being the first channel you've joined. Thank you. Okay, which means I need to tighten this, I need to tighten this belt. So I think I can loosen this and pull on the, loosen this and pull on that belt to try to get one more tooth out of it and see what that does. I think I want, let's see if I can get one tooth out of here. Oops, I lost it. Yeah. Oh, that was worse. Do I have it backwards on this? That actually made it worse. But I kind of like the tension better, so I'm going to tension this other side then. Or is it the bottom one now that I have to do? I think it's the same side, it's just the bottom one I should do. Losing. Actually. Yep, that's what I gotta do. I gotta pull. Yeah, this isn't a whole lot of fun, Pex Peppers. Tensioning these without an actual. Here, let's pull that by one. There we go. That's the one, and I'm gonna hold that off to the side while I tighten this just a little bit as I jam my thumb into the X end stop. And then I'm gonna pull this couple Like get in here and tighten that. Back when they used clothesline springs on the belts for tensioning. Oh yeah. I don't think I got it this time, but we're gonna see where we're at as far as even tension. Oh, I got it. It's triggering now. It's triggering now. It feels even. I'm gonna call it good. Yep, that's triggering. See? Oh, that's really good. That's better than it was. Cool. Yep, trigger, trigger. And that's triggering. Sweet. Legacy has actual tensioning, yep. Legacy is also getting a rev before the end of the year. That's awesome. Looking forward to that. Okay, attach the Y-end stop switch, the one with the longer wire, to the A motor mount, and attach the peel and stick rubber feet to each lower corner cube of the frame. I did that. Snap the X carriage harness attachment points into the frame. The two smaller ones go on the vertical extrusion. Okay, so that goes over there. So we go over here. We grab these. So this goes, this is the bigger one. Goes right here. Let's see, do we have some elephant foot I'm dealing with? Ah, those are tough. Okay, what can we do here? We're going to use this. Let's see, let's get this adjusted. This is not coming off once it's on. Straight, there we go. That is on forever. I hope I did it right. Okay, so one there and two on the inside going down towards the controller. Did I do the controller correctly? I think you got your, you might have your cat upside down, Max. Maybe? Oh, you can't see what I'm seeing. That right there just looks odd, but I think it's fine. You have a piece of 2020 with that part still attached? I don't doubt it. So then we have two of these that go over here. One right above the, looks like right above the enclosure. You know, one of the things that has been improved on these designs over time is things that have tolerance, right? There's not a lot of things that really rely to a huge degree, as much anyway, on all these settings. Let's see if I can get that pretty even. There we go. These pliers are a lifesaver. Where's the other one go? Up near the top? Yeah, somewhere about here, I would guess. Just having the parallel jaws is super, super handy. There we go. Is there a rev in the works or near future for switchwire? I'm thinking of building one and thought to check beforehand. Possibly, Joker Nut. There's a couple of things that are pain points there. But no timeline is the problem. No guarantees. Hey, Clee. Okay, snap in the X card attachment points. The two smaller ones go on the vertical extrusion between the A motor and the ramps box, and the larger anchor point snaps into the inner slot on the upper. And we get back to the tool head. Back to the tool head. Yeah, I didn't mar up the frame at all with that. Not even a little bit. So, insert the inductive Z probe into the retainer and secure it with 2 nuts. Now, I heard there were some fun times with this inductive probe on NeuroStream. So we'll see how that ends up going. So we have a printed part and inductive probe. Now, do we ditch these or do we still use them? Do we ditch the washers? Thanks, I might hold off and go with the Trident. And said, you have my 100% support on that decision. I think we ditch the washers because the diameter of the washer is greater than the spot that it goes. We are not too concerned about the location on this quite yet. We'll have to adjust a height there. His whole backpack section had a gangsta lean. No washers, yep. Ditch the washers. Okay. No capes. Install the part cooling fan duct onto the blower housing using M3x20 screws. Do not over tighten the screw or you're on the risk of damaging the fan. Okay, we have the fan. This goes on here nice and neatly. And an M3x20. That's not a 20. That one must be a 20. Yep. Steve is biased. He receives 100% of the license fee on Tridents. I do. That's why I must push them. Commission. That commission is sweet. Don't over tighten. What is a VK19? Well, back in 2016, MZBot was a company for selling intended to sell 3D printers, and Max Zolan here in chat was the owner and operator. And he put together 18 original Voron 1.0 whatever kits. And this is finishing off the So 18 of them, they each got a serial number 18. This is finishing off that series with kit 19 and Nero built kit 20. Can you crush the fan ears? I don't think I crushed it. I think we're good. Steve is hoping that infinity times $0 is a lot of money. Eventually, right? Okay. Insert 2 M3x20 through the Z probe mount and the fan mounting point. So that's through the top here. So we have this, and this goes like this. Two M3x20s through that. That's 1, 2. No, those don't actually thread, those must thread into something on the back of the tool head. Say serial fee and we'll see Steve pushing serialization of tridents and salad forks. I've been pushing it. I don't know that I can push it anymore. And then this kind of gives us an idea of where this should line up. It's just under. Check the Z probe level. It should protrude no more than 2 millimeters past the fan duct. If the probe is too high, you can fix this later. So let's pull this off and adjust this. Adjust this to where it's just under. That's probably pretty good for a rough. Steve push trident serials anymore. No, I just have a biased opinion. That's all. Okay. Let's see how that ended up turning out. Yeah, that's less than a millimeter under. I don't know how close that needs to be, but we'll find out later. Okay, that assembly is done. And then attach the rear X carriage components to the X carriage. Do not over tighten the assembly. So let's go with this view, I think. And this attaches, oops. The rear attaches right up in here. Does this go up or does this go down? The wires here. Let me get a better look. So does this go up into here? I think so. I think that would probably be best. Go up through here. And then that goes into there. what is that threading into? A heat set? So that's all pushed in there. I'm not over tightening it. Up to umbilical, yep. And tighten just to tight. Now the question is, so I end up having to move this probe up a little bit, it looks like. I'm just eyeballing this with my ruler to make sure that the nozzle hits the bed before the probe, and it looks like I'm at that point now. Why does the probe need active cooling? It doesn't. This is the part cooling fan. Here. Whoop. See? So here's the probe. Here's the part cooling fan pointing forward to below the nozzles. Attach the rear X to the carriage. Insert one end of the Bowden PTFE tubes into each of the holes in the hot end. Make sure you push the tubes all the way down to the heat break. Okay. This is where I have the proper heat sink. That was honestly a really cool shot. Awesome. So PTFE tube. Oh, pre-cut. Pre-cut even. Pre-cut to really close to the same length, but not very square, I gotta say. Have fun on the rest of the build. I have to go pick up my wife from work. Have a good day, all you plastic. See you pushing plastic. Ooh. There we go. So I'm just gonna use my little printed jig here just to cut this flush on the end. And see, because not quite there. And that side's fine. Just have one. That might have been a factory end then, because everything else was fine. Okay, so this needs to go down through here. That goes all the way down into there. And that's, if you can see, it extended all the way down into the extruder there. On the other side, it's gonna go into here, but not quite yet. So I'm just gonna stick up like that. And I think these could probably be a little shorter. You think, Max? But I'm gonna leave them at this length for now. Link to that jig, it's on the GitHub. You smile, but it's on the GitHub. It's on the Voron users GitHub under my jigs and parts and mod page that apparently I need to rearrange and reconfigure. Okay. Now, there is a coupler that should go here. Did those come with it, Max? Or am I grabbing mine? I think I was grabbing mine because the way they changed that part. I think I want 2 of these guys. And I want to make sure they're the pass-through kind. These may not be pass-through. Charlie is thinking deeply about something.
Yeah.
It's a 4mm. Oh, Charlie's doing fine. He doesn't look sad. Back from dinner. Did I miss something? Welcome back. Let's see if that did the trick. No, not quite. Seems confused. I'm modifying these clips to be a pass-through, and I'm just doing that by drilling them out to 4mm. And there's not much to it. I think I can do this by hand. Or at least maybe some pliers assistance. Oh, maybe not. There's a O-ring in there. Let me grab I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my drill. I am going to be about 1 minute. Okay, so these couplers can be had either pass through or they stop. They can be easily, at least these can be easily drilled out to, and I'm gonna try the reamer first. There we go. Drilled out as a pass through. So they have a little O-ring inside. And I should be able to push this through. Let's see. That is tight. I noticed the PTFE tube was a little tight anyway. Maybe I try drill. No, that's just a little more aggressive on the reamer. This is extra tight. Maybe I get a little bigger drill. There we go. Now put our O-ring back in there. This should go right through now. There we go. And put the clip back in. Okay. Now, this can thread in to the top. Might have to grab this. And I am going to do this at an angle so I don't just throw all this stuff into the... I'm just deburring this, but I don't want to do it straight up because I don't want to just shove plastic down into the hot end. I think I'm fine. Is this the one I just drilled out? No. Which one did I drill out? I've got 4 of them here. There it is. Okay, now this can go straight up. So fitting your family name is built. Try to get this to thread into the plastic. There we go. Builds is my middle name, remember? Yeah, exactly, Colin. You remember. There we go. Now, this goes and should go all the way down to the heat break. Now we're going to modify one more of these. There we go. Reamer to get it to 4 millimeters, and I'm just going to 4.5. This one's a little more careful and slow. I'm doing this by hand, so not going to go fast with the drill. I don't need to drill a hole in my hand. Okay. Put it back together. Is that the Cobra thing? I mean, Cobra thing. Okay, now thread this in. What time are we at? 12:30? Trying to catch threads on this. Is that the Cobra thing? I don't get that. I can't find the threads on this. Let's try a different tack. Let's put a metal piece in here to start the threads. Yeah, that started. So it's just a matter of let's just build those threads, and then I think it'll be easier to get the other one in here. Oh, the knife picks? These are so handy. Why is this having such a hard time? I got the metal one in there just fine. Plastic threads. Yeah, it is not. There we go. There we go. Still got to get the bed on here and all the wiring. Are the knife picks worth the money? I use them often. I don't know if there's a generic out there for less that work well, but I'm very pleased with my purchase. I bought the 3-pack and I waited for them to go on sale. See you, Evil. Thanks for being here. Put this stuff away. Okay. So both of those on there. And now the PTFE can go all the way down. And this side, you know what? I want this side to go here. That way they both fall back like that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Cobra is the pump plier version. Oh, okay. Probably with serrations on the jaws. These are smooth jaw. The really nice, one of the nice things about these is there are no serrations on the jaws, whatever you want to call it. These are parallel, so they're parallel jaws. Okay, I might want to later shorten these Bowden tubes because I don't think they need to be this long. I think we can go a little shorter and we can probably do a little bit of attaching them here to clean them up. Otherwise they can do that. Okay. Insert one end of the PTFE tubes into each of the holes in the hot end. Make sure you push the tubes all the way down to the heat break, which we did. That's why they didn't ruin the frame area. Exactly. I wouldn't have done that with regular like pipe wrench, Mr. Clown. Insert the other ends of the tubes into the extruders. Make sure to push the tubes all the way into the retainers on the main body, which I did. I showed you that. Everything is tight. All tight. Hey, are we at the bed? Nice. Plug in the bed harness into the connector on the power box. Also connect a grounding wire to the grounding connector pigtail hanging out the power box. There's a grounding connector pigtail hanging out the power box? I didn't see that. I might have to pull that apart. I didn't see that. I'm not sure there was. Are you still here, Max? Is there a generic term for that type of plier? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't remember there being another wire in the control box. Was there one? Maybe it's in here. No, this just plugs in there. In the bed. So here's the bed. And there is a ground wire, and it goes to, there is a ground wire, and it goes to this plug. So I'm guessing it's all good. It's there. So this is gonna, good night, Nathan. Have a good one. And put some of my tools away. There we go. So let's see here. Looking at this direction. That's fine. Plug the bed harness in. The bed harness needs to be attached at 2 points to relieve any wire strain. The bed carriage provides a good spot to zip tie the bed harness onto. The other side, closest to the connector, can be zip tied to the lower Z shaft support. Okay. Which direction should this go? So the bed has to go on here. Should I have it come over here and across, I think? I think that makes sense because then it has a more, an easier path to the, and just kind of lays in the bottom of the printer as the Z goes down. Let's pull some of these wires out of the way. There we go. That goes over there. I think this can go right like that. Yeah. can sit in here. Make sure the bed harness has plenty of slack on them before tightening up the zip ties. So maybe we want to start a little higher on this. Ooh, all the cat hair. I have wires still to plug into there. I got lots of wires to deal with. Okay. Let's go right there. Lots of cat hair. Cat hair and wires. Oh, it plugs in over here, so maybe I want to go the other side. Go this side. And then it can kind of come down and plug in right like that. Zip tie there and zip tie here or something. Then it's got a little coil that it kind of forms near the back of the printer. Okay. Closest connector can be zip tied. Make sure the bed harness has plenty of slack. Route the X carriage wires up into the top opening of the ramps box. So we didn't actually attach the bed here. Do we actually attach the bed anywhere? Let's see where we attach the bed. It doesn't say. At least we can figure it out. What do we have here? What do we have here? We have heat sets into the bed. So we're gonna attach the bed. So we have 4 springs. And I'm sure these are the screws because these are the longest ones left. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Hey, is that my M3 reamer I was looking for? I think it is. Put that right there. Charlie Fur Enforced APS, yes. Okay. So this through here, then a spring. Does that look about right? Spring and page 40. What am I missing? Where's page 40? Page 61. Did I miss it way back here? Oh, I did. Thanks, Paul. Move the bed carriage down to the lowest position and secure the bed to the bed carriages using springs and M3x30s. You'll need to compress the springs a bit to get the screws to bite in the holes. And make sure the bed is oriented with the wiring harness coming out the left side. Okay. So let's switch that around. Just go with the instructions. We'll see where things fall. Otherwise, there and there. There. Oh yeah, I am not balancing this very well, but that's okay. Where is my wrench? There we go. Get 2 of these started and it'll be a lot easier. Fun. Whoa, what happened here? I didn't actually have it in there. Okay. Let's try this again. Compress. Thread one in. Actually going in? No, it's not. How far does that have to go in before it catches threads? That should. Anybody have an idea before I go to Discord? When your heated bed and extruder are not heating fast enough and clipper shuts down, and then working before, what should I check? Is that on? Okay, I think I hit the threads this time. Now let's get the other ones. Am I in the same ballpark of where it should be? The problem is big spring and can't really see inside there where the hole is. Just kind of hope that I'm hitting it. Yeah, that's not going straight. Okay, I gotta try something. I gotta pull this apart because I feel like I'm getting plastic is causing me to cross thread things. So let me pull this off and get a better view here. I think I've got some plastic in the way that's causing me to cross thread stuff. So let's pull all this out, set this down, and see, these should go straight in. Let's just make sure things thread first. There we go. I'm gonna take my little M3 reamer that I rediscovered and just clean the plastic up above the plastic up. Any elephant's foot, anything. I need that to be not affecting. Okay. Sure everything threads in okay. There we go. Yep, okay. Now let's give it another try. Okay, so we're gonna set that there. Finding that the hole there. There we are. Compress the spring as I go. That should be better now. Charlie wants out. What was that, number 4? Now we can go to the next one. Compress the spring, find that spot. What's that? There we go. Okay, 2 of the 4 done. There and there. Hey, Josh. Welcome. Okay, and one more. Linear rods, yep. Okay, now we're going to tighten these all down to the same amount. At least what seems like the same amount. We'll tweak it later. Should have seen this madness back in the time, not built my hypercube. Yeah. Hey, Melting SP. Okay, very close. Hey, it's looking like a printer. Okay, so now this is gonna come, how do I want this to go? Here, and then loop around here then. So we want a big zip tie. Did this come with any zip ties? Did you include zip ties, Max? I don't remember. Oh, doesn't look like it. Where? There's some zip ties. Yes. Here, check it out. Check it out, Josh. Here. There we go. Ramps. And Steve Nero and Max ways to make us more grateful for the modern versions. Absolutely. Okay, let's get the bed wiring managed, which is a zip tie around this bed mount. I might go through and clean this up a little bit later. but this will be the start. There, nice and lots of slack here. And then this will come around and plug in on here. Let's make sure that we can get all the way to the bed. And Charlie wants in, so give me a second. Do you do memberships on YouTube? I did enable memberships. I did. By popular demand. Okay, so that's there, and then that's plenty of room. And then I think we want to zip tie this to the Z here, according to the instructions. So we're gonna go down here. And now when that comes down, it should just kind of pull out of the way here. I have not, Tony. I had bought and did a ton of design and most of the assembly for a Hypercube Evolution. But then I found Voron. By popular demand, we bugged him for months and months and months, yes. And here we go. There you go. Okay, bed is in. Looking at this though, even with my measurements, the probe is touching before the nozzles. So before I forget, I am going to remedy that. So probe, I don't know if there's any good shot for this, but holy, this is really screwing with the white balance, isn't it? The bed. Hey Josh, thanks for becoming a member. Okay, so let's pull that up a bit. Now let's see. I don't think I can get any kind of angle on this. I don't think I have a camera angle that's going to capture this. It's really close. Okay, we've got a lot of alignment to do later. I'll do all that alignment later. I'm planning how I'm gonna make sure everything is trimmed and yeah, the RC car build. So this is the 2 hot ends. So this is the Chimera. So it's an E3D Chimera. This is what came in this kit originally back in 2016. And yes, it is what you have to shim the nozzles perfect. And on this, it's complicated by having 2 Z-steppers, but only 1 output for them. So needing to make sure that this, I mean, that's in the critical direction for these nozzles to be lined up, is for the bed to be trimmed as well. That's why I am going to do an era appropriate mod to add a Z drive or an extra stepper driver to this, so I can do the Z tilt. Hey, French lights. Okay, what are we at next? Move the bed carriage back down and secure the bed to the bed carriage using springs. Make sure the bed is oriented with the wiring harness off to the left side. You don't need to level the bed at this time. So we are back to, I think it was about page 57 we were at before, maybe a little further. I just built a Tamiya GS06. What's a GS06? Tamiya GS-06. G601. This is M06. Or is it a G601? Oh, is that what this is? A big, like, truck? Tamiya stuff is cool. I've never actually built a Tamiya kit though. Tamiya 6x6, awesome. Okay. Back to the build. Okay, we're way past this. Where are we at? 1 o'clock? We're at 3 hours. So we've got about another hour. Route the X carriage harness. Okay, so plug in the bed harness. I did that. I secured it. That's good. We've got the X harness. That's not this. That must be another bit. Where's the X harness? Ah, that's what this is. Okay. Plug the bed harness, the other side close to the zip tie. Route the X carriage wiring harness into the top opening of the ramps box. Use the indicated attachment point to secure the harness. Use one zip tie at the top of the right Bowden tube to keep the cable from sagging down. Okay, so we have an X harness. And it's all Tessa taped and wrapped and neat. And I think this monstrosity of connectors goes up at the tool head. I see the Polymaker tank thing in the background. Well, that's the Sam Prentice and Michael Baddeley tank. This guy. Now, Polymaker is a common sponsor for these, and they're doing a really neat thing. Anybody who's taking these to ERF and want filament, as long as they put the Polymaker logo on the side, they'll provide it. But it's not a Polymaker project. It's Sam Prentice and Michael Baddeley. Did I show? It's not in here. So. Okay, route the X harness into the top opening of the ramps box. Use the indicated attachment point. So let's look at this. Here to here to this guy here. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. All right, let's turn this thing around. Get tools out of the way. Okay. Let's try this view. So we have this with some attachment points and a harness that I've misplaced. Aha, right here. So this is going to go into the ramps. Where does it go in? I think this could move up. So this is going to go, does this go into the back here? Maybe it goes into here. Let's get some loose zip tie action going. So this is going to go here. So we'll leave that loose enough that we can move things around. Thanks, Josh. I've been having fun with it. Trying to keep things, keeping it simple still. So there, and then we go up here, and maybe we can switch over to, that seems like a lot of wire. I think we're gonna pull this down. That PEI bed is completely screwing with the white balance, I think. There, that's better. Oh, then this is going to attach to this cable point right here. And then there is a lot of wire. I don't know what to do with half of this wire. It's got to go up into the tool head. So you can use the included extrusion slot covers to contain the wires inside the slots, trim them with a knife to fit. Extra wires can be tucked into the bottom portion of the ramps box. Yeah, there's some room in the bottom of the ramps box. Plugging the connectors in as you go. Route the rest of the wires through the extrusion slots. Now I didn't get any slot covers. I got shorted the slot covers. Okay, well this is the end of the instructions. So what we're basically going to be is on our own now for figuring out how things should be routed neatly. Now I think so we're gonna just kind of end up with a bunch of extra wire. But a lot of this is just going to follow these paths. So let's just get to it. So is this a release thing like the Legacy was? No. And most of these docks are the original. RCF refreshed them for these builds, but this is a one-off thing. This isn't a, unless there was some chatter about LDO doing a something with it, but I don't know what the status is on that or if it's gonna happen. But this is a one-off or a two-off. Me and Nero both ended up with these kits. So I think this is all the wires that are gonna come down this side. So I'm gonna capture these wires here and just kind of work my way down and capture the wires that are coming down this side of the extrusions. Kind of hide them a little bit behind this braided wire here. And still, I'm leaving the zip ties loose. So I can figure out how the rest of it goes. No one routed neatly back in 2016. No, but we will try. We will absolutely make an effort. It will not. Just warning, this is not going to be to my normal wiring yet, but it will eventually. There's nothing saying I can't modify some of these wires for length. This is a 2016 release, Josh. Okay. Yeah, like these Bowden tubes need to be shorter, and this amount of wire up here is going to be a little ridiculous. This will all get pulled down. Why don't I just pull down what I think I'm going to end up getting rid of? Yeah, see, that's going to go all the way to like that. Don't need that much. And that leaves this down here. This is the main power. That's going to come over here. Yeah, there is so much extra wire. It's kind of ridiculous. I redid all the wires. Took me a good amount of time. I think I'm going to end up redoing many of the wires. I may end up doing that as part of the stream. I mean, there is no timeline on this build. It will be done when it's done. So okay, I'm a little lost in what I want to do first on this. How do I want to route some of this? So if these come over here, so these would probably just come down this front. Or they can come around here and come down the back. I can just hide them by going down the back and then around behind the power supply. Or I can come up the top. Ooh, that might be nice. This is kind of what I did on my Legacy. Maybe I take this around the top like this and down into the controller over here, and then it can go along all of this. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So these are gonna go up here, and let's see if I actually have some of this extrusion slot cover of my own. I do. Just need to find a... Okay. Did the original kits have a harness? Yes, all of this was similar to the original kits. So if I go across here like this and just end this about there, just the little PTFE tube cutter works well for this stuff. And then if I take these, and hopefully I can fit all of these in one. There, that goes something like that. Been printing parts for Stealth Burner this weekend. Back to the print head is kicking my butt. Yeah, just keep those wires nice and tight. Get rid of these. Go the top way, yep. Did the original, yeah, okay. Probably can, yep. Hey, Berserker Dirk. See if I can keep these inside of this. So this slot cover I'm using is from Open Builds. It's made for their V-slot stuff, but it works really well in all of this 2020 stuff. There we go. It could probably be cleaned up a little bit. See ya, John. But that's the idea. That'll go there, and then it can sneak down here and follow the ties. Are all these labeled? They are not. Fun. Oops. That's coming out, so I'll have to clean that up a little bit. Those open build slots are really nice, better than the ones that come with the LDO kits. Very much. I use these. I use these in a lot of builds. These are really good for like the bottom of a Trident or a 2.4 to keep debris from going into the extrusions, or from collecting in the extrusions. So just getting all these wires straight will help this. Trying to keep things clean will help this stay in place. This is kind of at the max. These 8 wires here for the steppers is kind of at the max of what I would put in here. And then the longer one, the shorter one, this is probably the B stepper. So I'm gonna grab a Sharpie and just label this B. And this other one, I'm gonna label E2. So then I have some idea of where those are going. There we go. Okay, so now that goes down there, and that cleans up that wiring. I think similar thing, we'll take this along maybe we'll just take this along the front with some of that, and then take it in one of these holes, which means taking this connector off the end. But I can take a picture of how that was configured. Oh. Similar thing, we have to figure out how to run the Z steppers. Where did I put the wires for the Z's? Anyone else run IGUS chain flex? I have not. I wouldn't mind trying it, but I haven't had an opportunity or reason yet. Okay, I'm missing Z stepper wires, and I think I need them soon. I'd run the chain flex. Well, I don't know that it fits in our application in the chains that we use. I was looking at a similar wire or whatever for like an umbilical or whatever. Let's try this. This is gonna go down to here, and all of this connects here. So we're looking at the tool head. Tool head wiring. I know I'm all over the place with this because I'm a little lost on what I can get done today. So I'm being a little scattered. Sorry about that. I feel like I need to do something with all this wiring and I need to have a better plan. So let's switch gears to the tool head. We are going to put in the heater wires. So we have heater wires from E3D. So let's get all this set up. Heaters and thermistors. Heaters and thermistors. What way do we want to run these? Do we want to run these out the back, I think? Which means, let's take these off. Move this down. This should come down. So we have a heater block assembly here. I think I'm gonna put the thermistor coming out the back. And remember, I kept having grub screws fall out. So where did I hide those? I think that's this one. Now I'm remembering. Out the back works well. Okay. Thank you. So we're gonna very gently center and attach the thermistor, and same thing, but this is probably going to want to make a tight turn. So I'm gonna pull the insulation back on this and then take my smooth pliers and hold it here so I don't break that ceramic and bend it there instead of just trying to torque on that. And then I can push these insulating wires back up to it. So, and then this will go right there with a little button head screw that should be over here somewhere. Or in the E3D baggie. I haven't messed with the V6 stuff in a while. Where is the... There we go. There. Just snug for now. We'll figure out how everything actually lines up in a bit. Oh, and now I've done this, I need to pull my PTFE tube out. There, now it'll go all the way back up in there. And then I'll have to push it back in to seat it. So right now we'll just line those up. Seat it at the top. Note I'm comparing this to my normal 16 wire run, or however many. There are so many wires here. All these are gonna have to come out the back and tie all together back there. So let's get the other side done. I've twice had 20 gauge FEP wires fail in the Y chain. What FEP? Is there a, who makes it? I've got a Lineo harness that's been running in my Orange Trident for a year now, and it's been okay. I haven't noticed any failures. We've got PTFE in printers that's been running a while. But I just had a failure, a 20 gauge failure, a PTFE failure in my green V2. I can't believe Prusa is cloning the Voron for their XL. Hey, Ravenous. Okay. CNC Tech FEP from DigiKey. Huh. Okay, so that going here. I think those need to stick out the front a little more because the heater's getting awfully close to the fan and the shroud. So biasing the heater a little, because the fan's back here, so moving the heater this way. That one went all the way in. They look like they somehow, yeah, so on the PTFE one that failed on me, I can't guarantee that I was as careful as I have been in more recent builds with making sure that the wire is following the centerline path of the chain. So I'm going to fix it and make double sure and then just kind of monitor it from there. Make those stick out the front a little bit so we keep those out of the way. There we go. We're gonna go back here. Well, that's gonna plug in. Does this all plug in up or does it plug in down? Oh, quite a mess. I need a 14 pin connector, a single connector back here. I don't know how many pins I would need. Probably more than that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, those are there. We got this bundle of wires. Oh, we got the fan to put on. Where did the fan go? There's the E3D fan. So that's gonna go here and then sneak under and back like that. So that's fine. And that just screws to the front. No real good view. Maybe we go this way. Yeah. We go down like that. I need to grab the screws out of the little baggie that I just put away. Oh, there's 4. So these little self-tappers are what hold the fan in. And they are a Phillips. And we're gonna go right like this. Are those the screws for this? Thread into the fan and the heat sink, huh? There we go. So anybody else on here going to IRF? Josh, are you gonna manage to make it to IRF? Okay, fans on. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, okay. But Tesla's is going to represent MakerDeck. You should make sure to stop by. Absolutely. Absolutely. What is this wire for? Oh, are these are my Z wires, I bet. These are what I was looking for. Yep. There's my Z wires. I was expecting them to be like the what? Blue, red, green, and black wires. What's an IRF? I'll see you there, Tony. Okay, we have Z stepper wires, so we can do that. What do we got? About another 10 minutes of building before I'm gonna call it and wind down. Let's do this. A bit of a mess, but I'm gonna try to show what I'm doing here. So we've got long Z wire. I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna go through the middle of this Z-rod mount. I think that's just gonna be just like that. And then we're gonna start going inside of a extrusion slot cover on that. So I'm gonna grab some of this and about that much. Now, when you only have 4 wires like this stuff is a dream. dream that still I have to have I don't have a good angle on it. DERF? What is the DERF thing? I see that in relation to mostly in relation to the Death Racer stuff. But what is the DERF thing? There we go. That's on, and then this is gonna go along here. And this is gonna go along there. Is there anything else, or is it just these two now? So if I do this, okay, maybe I'll cut off these zip ties. What is DERF? Are you enjoying building this as much as modern Vorons? Yes. I mean, I like building. I like to build. So now I'm gonna need probably about that much here. Earth is where Will Smith punched that alien in his name. What did Mr. Clown say? Oh, yeah. Probably working out how to get it a Trident cereal. Okay, now I've got a bundle of wires here that I'm hoping I can actually fit into this slot with the cover. It's gonna be tight. There we go. Okay. Are you flashing clipper to it eventually? No. This will stay true to the intent of the printer. It will stick with Marlin. The only thing I plan on doing is adding the second Z stepper driver. There we go. Now that will hide those wires. So now we have Z coming around with plenty of slack here, which is what I'm trying to, there we go. Coming around there, Z coming through here, and then everything can go up into the enclosure here. And I guess I'll have to pull that connector off to get it up in there. Oh, because Google censors death. I got it. That makes sense. These kits do not include temp fuses for the bed, or did I miss that? It did not. It did not. And it doesn't have one built in. Okay. Yeah, there's a temperature sensor, but there isn't a built-in fuse. I think I'm gonna put another zip tie over here crosswise to help straighten out where this wire goes. So like that. Managing the bed wires. Okay. Yes, we are era appropriate, remember. And then we have the other side of the other Z stepper wire. So once again, this is going to go through here, and this is going to plug in here. And this will be nice and neat, just up into the control box, but we'll get a short piece of the stuff. The extrusion cover, slot cover. Go. And then yeah, I think I am going to shorten many of these wires because there's a lot of slack to hide inside that control box. Okay. So where are we at? We have these stepper wires now installed. We have the bed installed. We have the main harnesses going in their general directions. We bring this around. I think we're gonna wind down here. So we have all of this to deal with because all of this needs to be about this long, and where my hand ends here. This is where all of this could probably stop and be fine. So it may clean up many of these. Move labels down, recrimp closer to the box here. So that, I think, is as far as we're gonna get today. We made good progress. We got a tool head to wire up, but that's figuring out where to manage all the wires here. How far back can we go? Well, there's nothing that's in the way back here, so we've got lots of room to kind of just bundle these connectors. Dopey Lee, $20, thank you. Thanks you so much for sharing your knowledge. I'm not sure I would have ever had the guts to build this Trident without you. Well, congratulations on your build, and thank you. Is the solid state relay a safety one, guaranteed to only fail open? I don't think any of them fail open. I think they all fail closed. But I'm not sure on that. Ah, good progress, but not quite there. We will get there. Hopefully, we'll get there next stream. I'm gonna be prepared so we don't have to spend a ton of time. I'll have some idea of what to do anyway for configuring the slicer. We're gonna do the configuration on stream, but I want to have some idea of what I'm doing before I do it. Why did he make wires so long? Was he planning a larger machine? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know if this is exactly the length that they used to be, because that's an awful lot of wire. But it is fairly trivial to shorten everything, although many of it is DuPont's, which doesn't make fun, isn't going to be fun. Let's see if we can get a preview here of what we have to do down here. So now we are going to plug this big connector. It's going to plug in here. When that, oops, sorry about that. That's going to plug in there. And then we're going to have to get in to the various spots in the back for all the steppers. So And then display cables. Oh. Without Steve, you'd definitely not be able to build a Trident. It's not you. Trident would simply not exist. Well, something. It would exist. Someone would have taken up the reins. It was a fun project, though. And I definitely appreciate the opportunity to have worked on it. Went away for the afternoon, I come back to Steve still streaming and a dedicated Charlie cam. Exactly. You can create a loop outside of the box to keep for rewiring. This won't get rewired. So my intent here is this is as it is. The intent is to build a Voron kit and leave it alone. I won't be reconfiguring it. I won't be putting a different controller in it. The only mod I've said I'm gonna do is to add an error-appropriate method for an additional stepper driver so I can do Z-tilt, which is just gonna help for this Chimera hot end. So the, yeah, so this is staying as a showcase piece, an era, a museum piece, so to speak. So, but I am feeling a little overwhelmed with how much extra wire there is. I'm not going to be able to handle just bundling it up, so I'm going to shorten it, and I will probably shorten some of it off camera and save, like, maybe I'll do this bundle on camera, because these are just shortening and redoing DuPont connectors, but this is a little more interesting, right? So maybe I'll do that one on camera, and the rest of these I'll do off camera, because they're just simple, nothing to it, just shortening and recrimping DuPonts. And I'll save actually plugging things in for on camera in the next stream. But hopefully next stream we'll get through the wiring within a couple hours, and then spend some time printing, getting it ready to print. So we'll get the tool head wired up. I'll save that for on camera, and I may shorten these PTFE tubes. So Marlin has separate Z-Home. Yep, it does have. Well, I don't mind updating to a newer version of Marlin 1. And I think that was in there. This is a beta version, I think, is installed on here right now. This is all pre-flashed. So the first setup of all this will be as it came, pre-flashed firmware, everything. But yeah, things are good. So plans for the stream. Next weekend is Earth, so no stream next weekend. I will probably do the following Wednesday. There is probably going to be a weekday stream. What is that? The 12th is probably going to be a stream, and that will be covering a diode laser and emphasizing all the safety aspects. But that'll be a weekday stream to cover that. It's going to help me with some of the fun things I've been doing along with my builds. So that's why I wanted one of those. We will probably do the member stream the 22nd. I had optimistically hoped to do it yesterday, but there's no way. So member stream this month will be the 22nd, and I hope to finish off the 3D sets buggy. So, and other than that, the upcoming builds are Tridex and Micron, and then a couple of standalone things that I want to fill in. So, Earth live stream with Taylor. If I'm around, I'll say hi, but there's nothing planned. So, So with that, thank you everybody. Thanks for being here. This is a fun build. A little overwhelming on the wiring, just because my own anxiety of trying to keep things clean. I'm gonna have to shorten it. So that's the only thing going right now. But everything else is cool. I like it. The gantry moves really smooth. So it'll be fun. I don't know if it's an X build, but we've got those things coming up. So don't forget, it looks like Nero is going to play with the Death Racer or Derf Racer a little more. So I think he's gonna start in about an hour. So we will see you all in about a week and a half. And hopefully I see some of you at ERF. So thanks again. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.